Guys, stop apologizing for being proud of yourself. Sometimes people that talk to me, they'll be like, oh my God, they'll be like, I'm sorry, man. I feel like I'm just talking about myself. I'm like, hey man, listen, it's okay to believe in yourself around me, buddy. Okay? You're giving me hope. When good shit happens to people, I get hopeful. Cause that's the positive about being selfish.
Welcome to FredTalk, where if you're not learning, hopefully you're laughing.
Big kid energy. Welcome to FredTalk. I'm your host, Freddie Valoy. Welcome back for another episode. Guys, today's guest, this is somebody I hang out with frequently. This is one of my comedy buddies, Jordan. We just have a silly time. So I just wanted to put this out. We just recorded, and it's pretty much how one of our hangs are. We could be talking about some deep shit, then we talk about some silly shit. There's some awkward silent moments. There was one part I definitely should have cut out that I'm just gonna leave in because it's funny to me. So hope you guys enjoy this silly ass conversation. This is definitely for the people that, you don't necessarily have linear thinking. Maybe you got a little ADHD. You might appreciate this. Let me know what you guys think of this. Guys, remember to support our sponsor, Own the Chaos Investing. Sign up for their watch list. They send you 5 stocks to watch for that day. Sign up for it at ownthechaos.com. Please support them. They're looking out, supporting the show, and you can catch me on their show live streaming every Thursday at 3:30. I'm just doing some commentary on finance, and that shit is fun as hell, guys, because I have no idea what I'm talking about. So it's a lot of freedom, There's a lot of freedom in ignorance, baby. Now, without any further ado, speaking of ignorance, enjoy this conversation. Remember, we are comedians hanging out. This is how we write. People go, hey, Freddie, how do you write jokes? This is literally it. Like, I experience the world, and then I hang out with people like Jordan, and then this is where it just comes out. So enjoy. Bye. So you're like one of the, you're teaching me how to properly critique movies and stuff. So I enjoy our conversations on movies because I can tell you're one of these guys. You're one of those guys. Mm-hmm. The MCU. One thing that you said to me,
kind of like, yeah, I take it seriously, like a Tarantino, but not a good writer. Like, I've written a movie, and I like to think it's amazing, but I don't have any proof of that at all.
That it's amazing?
Yeah.
Bro, what'd your mom say?
She didn't read it.
Oh, okay, well then,
My dad read it. He liked it.
Oh, there we go.
But he has to say that.
He does have to say that.
Yeah.
What would it, if he had to tell you no, how would it look?
It would look like, I would say, hey, Dad, what did you think of it really? And he would go, it was good. It was good. It was good. Falsetto, emphasis on the false.
Yeah.
It was good. And that's pretty much what he said, which is how I know it's dog shit. But I think the thing about writing a movie is you have to be passionate enough to see it through to the end.
And that's something that you did too, which is better than, that's like, I feel like just completing projects like that to that magnitude puts you in like the top 5% of people in the world.
Right.
Right? Because I feel like a lot of people have ideas, but very few have the execution. Or
the delusion to just take a bunch of Adderall and do nothing but write and clack. What the fuck am I doing? No, get through it. It's a mental battle.
Yeah. So,
But if you believe in it, you'll see it through.
So what keeps you going when you're writing?
Adderall.
Okay. You don't feel like Adderall takes away some of your creativity? I feel like it closes doors for me. Like there's a cost to it.
No.
Really? Oh, that's great. Good for you.
I think Adderall is what cocaine should be. Because every time I've had cocaine, it's been okay.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, cocaine, they don't make it the way they used to, man. They just don't make things.
They don't, but
right?
They charge the same fucking prices.
Oh, yeah, it's going up, especially in some of these yuppie neighborhoods from some of my friends that do cocaine.
Yeah.
Not me,
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, sure. Uh-huh. But yeah, no, when I get cocaine, the only thing I feel is the money that just left my pocket. That's all I feel. Yeah. I don't feel anything else. Maybe a slight burning in the nose. I fucks with that.
Yeah.
But not much else. The difference is that with cocaine, I think about writing screenplays. With Adderall, I actually write them.
Oh, there we go.
For 7 hours at a time.
Okay, I can feel that. Yeah, I don't fuck with cocaine anymore because I think there's a short window for cocaine, but I used to do it like once a week, at least.
Cocaine,
yeah. And then I don't do it anymore. But like that thing is just.
You mean you just can't afford it? That's all you mean. You can't afford it. But if you could, you'd be doing it right now.
Oh no, yeah, Scarface, bro. I think that's every Hispanic man's dream. So cocaine, Adderall. What the fuck were we talking about?
Movies.
Oh, movies. Oh, you said something that was really fucking crazy to me. It was you said that you think that Captain America: Winter Soldier is a better movie than The Dark Knight.
Arguably, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I stand by that. Yeah.
I like that and I think you're right. I mean, you spoke to me about it, but can you explain why you say that? Because most people wouldn't even think, because I think they just put The Dark Knight on this pedestal. Nobody even compares anything to it.
Yeah. I'll be real with you. I've seen 2/3 of Winter Soldier. So am I talking out of my ass? Yes, I do that a lot. All right. But from what I saw, it was a leaner, smoother movie, because The Dark Knight's really, really good.
Yeah.
Obviously. But towards the third act, it kind of gets bogged down. Two-Face isn't all that interesting. The Joker is, not Two-Face. He's okay. Then you have the whole moral dilemma with the trolleys. Who gives a shit? It's okay. And the sonar, it works, but it's not nearly as compelling as the first two acts.
It did seem a little more like discombobulated and like chaotic, but I thought they were purposely doing that to like be like, oh, this is like the Joker. He's unpredictable. Is that a thing? Like,
nah, that's just an excuse for subpar filmmaking.
Okay. When it starts getting too like philosophical, there's some holes.
Yeah. But otherwise great movie. I haven't finished Winter Soldier, but if the last act is as good as the first 2/3, I would give it to that. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I'd like to see your full. You watch a lot of 2/3 of movies. What's up with that?
Just not giving a fuck. That's how it is with a lot of things. It's not my fault if you can't maintain my attention. That's not to say that Winter Soldier didn't, though it apparently didn't. But no, I remember liking it. I just got caught up with something. But most of the time, if I don't finish something, it's because it doesn't deserve to be finished.
Okay. So that's the thing about keeping people's attention. People say it's a 50-50 thing, but I think it's like a 51-49. Like 51% of the responsibility is on the talker to keep the attention.
It's mostly on the talker.
Right?
It's not my fault if you're boring.
Yeah, that's a weird one. Like, and I daydream and shit, so that has nothing to do with the person talking. I'm just, ADHD brain and shit. Like, but
at the same time, that being said, we live in a culture that is completely giving into ADHD, and now TikTok, Vine, all that stuff. It's, trying to maintain your audience's attention for about 10 to 15 seconds.
Yeah.
That's it.
9 to 13 if you really want to get.
Yeah, exactly. Because we now have the memories of goldfish. That's it.
I think this is good, though.
I mean, it's good for you. You're actually doing it very well.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about TikTok, though. You must feel kind of bitter, right? Because in order to succeed on it, you create really funny ideas and you do them well. But all a girl has to do is just do a silly little jig, just to hey.
Yeah, bite the tongue
and she gets 3 times the audience.
Dude, if she hits the peace sign with the head tilt, you're fucking done, dude.
Yeah, and there's guys in the comments, "Oh, you're so fucking beautiful. I'll give you a yacht."
Has that ever slowed down? Because I feel like the same amount of people commenting perverted shit that's a constant. I feel like. Yeah. Right, especially in India, when you get here shit for like something Patel, and he's like, baby, BEBI.
Right. Or if an actress or a celebrity from here goes on a trip to Dubai.
Oh, do you think that's like some sex trafficking?
Yeah,
shit?
Not trafficking. She's doing it willingly because they pay her very well because she is of the Caucasian persuasion.
Yeah. And they have unlimited funds.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're brown, so they look at a white woman with lust. Yay. Am I projecting? Yeah.
What? All right. If a guy from Dubai hits you up and he's like, hey, I got $1 million. I'll fly you here, pay all your expenses, and give you $1 million untaxed. Would you do some, some
Me personally?
Dubai things? Yeah. Would you sell your body?
Well, I did some gay shit for free, so might as well make some money. And it was one time, but the problem with that is that when people go, oh, Jordan, you're gay. I'm that guy who goes, it was one time.
Yeah.
But
dude, I heard somebody make the argument that if you try something gay and end up not liking it and never doing it again, you're actually more straight than someone who's never tried it.
I would agree.
Right? Because you know
agree.
For sure.
Yeah.
For some of these other straight guys, it's like, I don't really fully know.
Granted, did you need to have that experience? Did you need to have a guy's beard on your ball sack for you to not know? Like, I knew I wouldn't like it. I didn't finish, but he had a good time, and I'm a people pleaser, so I was like, oh, okay. At least you enjoyed it.
How long did it take? You were drunk? Were you drunk?
Yeah.
All right. How long did it take?
8 minutes.
Oh, that's a good time frame for a bathroom hang.
Yeah.
That's on
it's
the
like
long
7
end.
minutes in heaven, but gay. Extremely gay. But no, I don't identify as gay. I think but I do hang around gay people and gay bars. I was just at one the other night.
Is it just to like tempt yourself into like seeing that you have the strength not to do it again? What are you doing? You playing with fire here?
I'm just an attention whore.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay,
they all love me because it's not just gay dudes in there. There's weird women,
Yeah,
and they're weird in that they all tend to be pagans or sapiosexuals or any of this.
So she's looking at you like, wow, he must be open minded if he's at a gay bar.
Yes. Like, I'm kind of a niche kind of guy.
Explain your niche.
My niche is that I appeal to people who are also weird as shit.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So if a girl's like, hey, I'm a communist, like, I'm probably going to hit it off with that girl because she's odd. But if we're talking to, if you put me in a college bar and around your average 22-year-old white girl, yeah, she's not gonna dig me.
I think this is a pro homeschool argument right here. Well, so what you're saying is that you just kind of skip the dud shit, and you seem to just be a more of a real person, which I guess too early on is weird for people. You ever see like a kid that's too smart and too put together? You're like, it's kind of creepy. So maybe you were like the adult version of that. Too
put together and creepy.
Maybe the creepy part. I don't know about the put together part.
I'm not put together. I'm okay.
Nah, you're on the right track, bro. Fuck. What was I saying? Yeah, you're just to me. You're just like I don't know. You skipped the awkward phase or some shit. But I guess you didn't because you are awkward.
No, I was homeschooled for 18 years. That all was the awkward phase.
Yeah,
and a couple years after. I like to think that I've assimilated into society fully.
I think you have. See, because I'm forgetting. Maybe I'm weird too. So I'm just like, you're not that weird. Like, but I'd like to put my kid in homeschool.
I mean, here's the thing though. You're seeing the product that's now normal. Do you remember what I used to be like back when we used to 4 years ago when we both started doing comedy?
Yeah, I've always liked you. I just where I feel like you put it in your own head that you were this like fucking beta guy that gets picked on, and you like played that for a little bit.
Nah, I was just told that to my face by certain people.
Right,
and I believed it because I was good.
I'm sorry. A lot of people said this to you. What did they say? So you were like bullied when you came into the scene.
A little, but I was probably just projecting 90% of it.
What do you mean projecting?
I mean, like somebody would go like, I'm trying to think, what's a good example? Here's an example. So one time we were hanging out at the open mic, and I was about to go up, but another comic, should I name drop or just skip that?
Yeah,
part?
no,
doesn't matter.
No, yeah.
So this person said, hey, I'll pay you money not to go up. Now, at the time, I would go, you can go fuck yourself. How about that? But at the time, I went, hell yeah, I'll do it. All right.
Hold on. So you took money to not perform stand-up?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and I don't know why. I think it's just because I was trying to be likable, and I was like, yeah, I'll play along with your joke. Why not? And then he got to brag about that for the rest of the night. You know, like, hey, I'm the guy who paid him not to do comedy. I'm like, oh,
What
being a fucking weirdo.
What did you spend that money on? How much money was it?
It was like $5.
I thought it was $30 or something.
No.
All right. So what did you spend? What did you spend?
Don't even remember.
All right. So how did that moment change your life?
That moment changed my life because looking back on it, I'm disgusted. Like, because it's in a man, or at least it should be, to have fuck you in you.
Yeah. You need it. It's like that fuck you is the boundary setter for people's lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was never really taught that. That's one of the things. You learn that when you're in public school, when kids pick on you and your friend goes, hey, punch him in the back of the head. And then you actually do.
Oh, yeah.
Even though you know you're going to, whatever consequences there are, it's worth it to have that fuck you in you. But I never got that, basically.
So how does one develop fuck you? How do you do that? Because I think a lot of people, I think that's a good question to answer. How was your process of developing the fuck you?
You develop fuck you by being told fuck you by other people. They tell it to you first, and then you have to tell it back.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah. So,
like, for example, that same comic, a couple nights later, a friend of mine went, hey, do you know how embarrassing it is that he paid you? That's fucking embarrassing. And I was like, you're right. I agree. And so the next time, a little while later, that same guy tried to do the same bullshit.
Yeah.
And instead, I went, you're a motherfucking hack. You realize that you suck. You only write a new 5 minutes every 3 years, you fucking hack. And the funny thing is, I actually saw it in his eyes. He looked like, oh, all right.
What was the look?
It was a look of like recognition, like, oh, he knows. He knows I don't update my jokes.
Oh,
like,
dude.
And here's the cool thing, too. Here's the cool thing is that when you have that fuck you in you and you tell it to another person, usually if they're a decent person, they'll improve upon it. Because the next time I saw him after that, he went to a mic and did all new material.
Oh, nice.
And it was better, too. And it's all because because I told him that.
Yeah. That was like brutal honesty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking.
I can tell you the biggest example of me being told fuck you and then telling them fuck you back.
Yeah, go ahead. Like. Absolutely.
Okay, so I had an ex. I'm not going to say the name. It doesn't matter. I don't give a shit. But she was a 37-year-old busty redhead. Good woman. Like, very nice. She could cook. The first night that we hung out after meeting each other, we were at her place and she said, hey, what would you like me to cook for you? And I was like, Ratatouille, like the Pixar movie. And she cooked it. She actually made it.
Wow.
Yeah. Any other girl, like a 24-year-old girl, a girl my age, would be like, hey, can you cook? Nothing. No. But this, she could.
Yeah.
And so a great chick.
Can you cook?
No. Or a little bit. I can cook things that anybody can cook. Steak.
So if you
eggs.
don't know how to cook, why are you putting that kind of like standard on somebody else?
What do you mean?
Like, do you?
Why am I saying she has to cook when I can't cook myself?
Yes.
I didn't need her to cook. I'm saying this was a very nice skill that she had.
Oh, okay.
That won me over. Because that's how older women are. They realize, look, I'm not nearly as attractive as the 23-year-old, but I can cook. I can massage your back like a motherfucker.
Skills are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a lot.
Those are valuable skills to have. If you can cook and give a killer massage, guy or girl, you're gonna be.
I'll come back.
There might be a home for you somewhere.
Yeah,
like
I'll come back. But here was my point, though.
Yeah, the fuck you story, right?
Yeah. So eventually, it went south and it got weird. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but at the end of it. And let me put this in there too. I don't want to forget this part. This whole time I couldn't drive. I was like 23 and I couldn't drive because I wasn't taught to by my parents who didn't really give a fuck because they had 9 other kids to attend to.
Yeah.
And I always had rides. I always had friends and people. Hey, would you like me to pick you up? Hell yeah. Don't need to go to the DMV. Fuck that.
Yeah.
So I never picked it up, and she would drive me everywhere, but relationship went south. And so at the end of it, she texted me and she said, I like what we have going on. I'm fine with it as long as it's a very light thing. It doesn't get weird anymore. But I will say this. The fact that you can't drive makes me not respect you as a man.
Ooh. And
when I read that, I didn't cry, but my left eye teared up a bit.
Oh gosh.
Because I was like, oh, that makes me feel low. Like,
I know, yeah.
Like pathetic.
Yeah.
And the fact that she said that, like, oh, it made me realize, oh, the whole time where I thought I'd been giving it to her good and was cool. No, she was driving and thinking, this motherfucker.
Oh, that's a little.
It taints everything that came before it. The fact that there's this disrespect based on good reason.
Yeah, I guess if 23, you gotta learn how to drive, but still the pain was real.
Yeah, but I was getting to the point where it's like, nah, that's not a cute character quirk. You're deficient.
No, yeah.
Now 24, I'd say, is the limit, but I was 23, close enough. And
like there are quadriplegics that would love to be able to just like get and drive their car and like get somewhere quicker than,
Yeah.
And you're just like, I got friends.
Yep. Fuck you, quadriplegics. How about that? And so, but here's the cool part is that the part of me that is a man inherently read that and went, no, fuck you. And I went out in my little beat up 2001 Honda Accord with 200,000 miles on it and a stick. And I drove it for like 8 hours a day. And that technically wasn't even legal because you need to have somebody with you when you're driving when you don't have a license.
Yeah.
But I said, fuck you, not just to her, but to the law.
To the law, dude.
Yeah.
You're a badass now. This is a whole different training montage.
Eventually you start saying, fuck you, God. But that comes later. You have to build up to that.
Hold on. I feel like
I did say fuck you to God the other day, actually.
Didn't you just start believing again, bro? This doesn't
I
sound
did, but the thing about God is that God wants you to be strong.
Yeah.
Be strong and courageous, for I am with you. Joshua 1:19. That's not
Yeah.
the entire verse, but that's it summed up. Yeah, by this I mean I went on a jog while on Adderall. and I jogged 3 miles. And it was, I love doing that because it's the only time I get to feel better than other people.
Jogging on Adderall.
Yes.
Those two things.
Yes. Because people will be looking at me in their cars like, does this guy think he's better than me? And I'm like, yeah. Like fucking.
So does Adderall give you the confidence? Where does the Adderall
It gives me
come
the douchebaggery needed to be dancing at stoplights.
Yeah. Adderall definitely lowers empathy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a low empathy drug.
Right. And then afterwards I was in the shower and I was thinking to myself, what's the craziest thing that I could do right now? Go on another jog.
You fucking went 2 jogs back to back?
3.
3?
Yeah.
So what's really going on in your life, Jordan?
I've been picked on and I need to say fuck you to everybody.
There you go. Dude, I'm liking this.
That's all that was.
Well, as we're pretty close friends. I hang out with you at least once a week, which is a lot for a lot of people, like once, twice a week.
Right. And here's the problem is that, you know who's saying fuck you to me? Nobody. people like me. I'm a likable guy. I'm a likable light skin. Like,
bro,
I'm a fine person.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, no, you all hate me. And it's like, no, they don't.
Bro, it's like the dude on social media that's like, yo, once the haters see me make it, they're not gonna know what. It's like, dude, nobody's talking about you, bro.
Right now, Drake thinks that the world hates him. And it's like, we do, but you have all the money and all the bitches.
Yeah, if you
I
hate,
think you're fine.
Yeah, if you
You're
hate Drake,
fine.
you're wrong. Like, you can be annoyed at him for whatever, but come on. The guy's doing his fucking thing.
Yeah, he's objective. He's like Tom Brady, where it's like, look, I hate him, but he's up there. You know?
Yeah.
He gets my respect, even though I don't want to give it.
So what made you go back to God? Well, I guess what made you leave God at first? Because you grew up in a Christian household.
Okay, so yeah, the good question. What made me leave God? I thought the whole time that I hated God. I didn't hate God. I hated my parents. And I didn't even hate my parents. I hate what they did, which was take a very normal person who would have been just fine in public school. If I'd been in public school, I would have gotten laid at the age of 13 or 14, which is, the case for most
It is
normal brown dudes.
I was 14. Yeah.
Exactly. I didn't lose mine until I was 21.
Do you think that has some kind of effect?
Yes. It has this fuck you, everybody. That's part of it too.
Yeah.
And what sucks is it's not that I was incapable of it. All I had to do was go into a bar and I was, next thing I'm with a weird lady and, doing what I should have done at the age of 14. But I have that chip on my shoulder and it sucks because I feel like if I hadn't been homeschooled and made to be a virgin until the age of 21, I feel like I would have been a lot more normal. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but what is normal? What do you mean by normal?
More easily able to relate to people based on shared experiences.
Why do you want to relate?
Because that's what a lot of the world is. Social networking.
Yeah.
That's most of it. That's what college is. College isn't about skills. It is, they're supposedly, so they say, but it's also about meeting people who will provide you with opportunities.
Yeah, if you're a social person and all that, yeah. But I feel like you seem to cut down on the bullshit with your networking circle. Like you have a smaller group, like a smaller group. I don't think you have a problem making friends.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. So why the fuck did I not do that in school?
Oh yeah.
Fuck you, Lisa. What is your problem? That's my mom. Yeah. I just think it was a very dumb decision, and I wish that I could tell her that.
So you think homeschooling is dumb?
No, I think it's good. Homeschooling is
good.
It can be good, not the way we did it.
Ah, okay.
Which is you raise up your 10 kids out in the middle of fuck all nowhere.
Okay.
Deprive them of things that make life good. Like learning to drive and, access to the outside world and school and friends. We did have some of that. Like, don't let me bitch too much. We did have some of that.
Yeah.
There were kids around the neighborhood and means of socialization, but not nearly as much as there would have been if I'd attended school. That being said, what if I was that guy who has sex with a girl at 15 and she gets pregnant?
Ooh, that's a different life.
Yeah, that's a possibility. I could just be thinking, oh, I missed out on so much. Maybe that's what you missed out on.
Yeah, like that was a Lifetime movie. Right now you're living a more like, you're in a Seth Rogen movie right now.
Yeah.
Right? Those are different vibes.
It's a weird stoner bullshit movie, yes.
All right, so what caused you to leave God, you fucking heathen?
It was mostly just a teenage, fuck you, mom and dad, but, God too, that kind of thing. So
okay.
And that's what led to me, trying to seek wild experiences and, doing drugs and consorting with weird women and,
I feel like that was your college.
Yeah.
That's really what college is that part. It's kind of like the Amish do Rumspringer.
Yes.
And I feel like college is... Yeah, it's education, whatever, but
it's mainly just you getting an STD.
Yeah.
And realizing, I need to not do that. Okay.
Yep. And yeah, you can go to the health center there, and there's like a little, it's its own little microcosm. There's a couple homeless people always on campus. It gives you just a little taste.
And all you got was gonorrhea, which is easily treatable.
Yeah.
But it was enough for you to be like, maybe I need to believe in God.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
So what caused you to believe in God again?
Basically, when COVID started, I completely ran out of money. And now you're wondering why. Bar hopping, bullshitting, just nonsense. Just the sort of stuff where when you look at your Wells Fargo account activity, you're like, I don't even remember spending this money. Where did it all go?
Yeah, Waking up with anxiety from the booze and also the money you spent. You don't even want to look at it. You're like,
yeah.
Yep. This is relatable.
When you put a paycheck in the ATM, you don't even look at it. You're like, there. Yeah. So just 4 years of that, because I'd spent all that time trying to make up for feeling as though I'd lost the experience of, growing up and having a good time.
Yeah. And then you finally said, fuck, I got to take on responsibility.
Yeah. And nothing will make you do that, like completely running out of money.
You were running out of money. And didn't you have like a couple surgeries you had that you had to do?
I had a wisdom tooth surgery. Yeah. And so COVID happened, lost my job.
You got empty bank account. You got a fucking wisdom tooth that needs some work.
Yep. And rent.
So what do you do? What are you doing now? What's going on?
So I only had $400 and the surgery was going to cost $400 and rent cost $400. So I paid the rent because I was like, I'd rather have the wisdom tooth than be with my mom and dad.
Wow.
But here's the thing. Don't let me talk too ill of them. I love them now.
Yeah.
At the time when I was still in the fuck you mom and dad teenager phase. That's how I thought. But no, we've since made up since then. But back then, that was the frame of mind. But no, I was actually then gifted like $1,500 from a relative just out of nowhere. Didn't expect it. I was just handed that.
Jewish side or the black side?
No comment.
Okay.
But do you have to ask? But no, I got that, and realizing or having that, not only did it fill me with relief, it filled me with disgust because I realized I'm not supposed to be a loser. I'm not supposed to suck this much. My people are good people, and I was only handed this stimulus check 6 months before we got stimulus checks because our people are good people.
Yeah.
We know how to get stuff done. We know how to do things.
Yeah.
And I realized, I need to get my ass in gear.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and what I did after that was I worked as a delivery driver for Pizza Hut.
Yeah, but you saved $30,000 in that year, bro.
Right.
That's like,
and that might sound cool, but if you'd seen the work, the Rocky montage, but the unimpressive version, the just being tired and run down, but it was all worth it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what kept me compelled through the 80-hour work, the 60 to 80-hour work weeks for a whole year.
White women?
Yeah. That's it. But not just that, but disdain for what I had been.
Yeah.
And the feeling that I had to make up for it.
Disgust and shame. Those feelings.
Yeah. Oh, you bullshit for 4 years. Yeah, you're going to take an extra shift.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make up for it.
That's fucking, dude, that's great.
And that's how you get yourself in good physical shape too. It's by self-hatred. It's going, you ate cookout last night? Like 2 big ass trays? Get on the fucking treadmill.
There's a lot of people right now being like, you need to find a better way to talk to yourself. Instead of talking to yourself like that, you should be framing it in a more positive mindset. And I got to say, like, at least for my personality, and it seems like yours, like, I got to talk shit to myself to get the thing done. I got to like laugh at myself. I got to clown myself. Like, and I think it derived from that like disgust I have of things that I do,
Yeah. And it's important to have that because nobody else will talk to you like that. Even your friends will be like, oh no, you're fine. You got it. No, you don't. Sometimes you fuck up and you have to hate yourself appropriately and accordingly. Don't be a emo teenager cutting yourself. Handle like an adult, but hate yourself appropriately.
Rachel has had to do that with me. This was a few months ago. We were in bed. It was after a night of drinking, and you could tell this has been on her chest and was like finding the right. It was like that energy. So I just literally stood there And everything she said was right. She was like, I feel like you're not creating content. You're saying that this is your dream. This was like where I wasn't doing a podcast or anything. I just went into this like kind of like depressive hole a little bit. And she's just like, is there some way I could help you? Like blah, blah, but you like TikTok is a great way to do this thing. And so she was the reason I committed to TikTok. And then 3 months later, now I got like 16,000 followers. Right. And now it's becoming, I'm like, oh shit, I can build my business around this thing. Like if I keep doing the thing, but so she had that uncomfortable talk with me to be like, bro, you got to fucking come on, you gotta get your shit together. Like,
right. And that's what a good girlfriend does.
It's great.
A shitty one will tell you all that stuff as she's breaking up with you.
Yeah.
That's what mine did, where she's like, you can't drive. My pussy isn't wet anymore. It's like, that's fine, but couldn't you have told me that 6 months ago? Because then I actually would have done it, and maybe we would still be together.
Yeah, and before women leave, they already got the plan for the next guy.
Yeah.
They already got, that's already kind of in motion.
And only then do they tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He say, was he better than me? And they say he was different, which means yes, he was better than you.
He had a bigger dick. It is what it is.
He paid attention and you didn't.
Yep. When she laughed at his jokes, she actually laughed. With you, she went.
She was unsure of you from the start, but she was in a low place herself.
Right. See, my biggest problem when it comes to past relationships and flings has been douchebaggery, and in the form of like. But here's an example. I'm the guy who, if I'm on a date with a girl, she'll be sitting on one side of the table, I'm on the other. And I'm looking at her and paying attention to her, but I'm also paying attention to the girls who are occasionally looking at me in my peripheral.
Why?
Because I'm like, I like that, but I like that too. Like,
so you are strategizing short term, other potential.
Yes, but I'm not acting on them. I'm just merely paying more attention to the strategizing than to what my girl's saying. And that's a form of douchebaggery. Would you not agree?
100%. Yeah,
that is.
I've been there myself too. It's like, yeah.
What's the most extreme example of douchebaggery that you've ever committed?
I would say gaslighting. That was like the go-to. It's like, getting caught lying or cheating and then just like deny till you die mindset. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just a true piece of shit. I would say fake crying to like, the guy acts like he's a tough guy, but then his girl's like, I'm breaking up. I'll be like, oh, like I did that. That's like, disgusting. That's the most gross, bro. It's the most disgusting shit. Yeah. So I would say the fake crying. I did that one time.
I'm going to leave now.
It's just some bitch ass. There's some bitch ass nigga shit out
there. Yeah, that's bitch ass niggadry.
Niggadry.
And we put the D in there because bitch ass niggery. That's uncomfortable.
You can't hit R's too hard.
No,
it's like it's
bitch ass niggadry.
Niggadry.
I have a friend, or he's a comic. You know him as well. I think his name's Keon.
Yeah. Hardly Strange.
Yeah. Funny fucking dude.
Yeah.
He taught me how to say the N-word.
Hold on. Did you not know how to say it?
I didn't. That didn't stop me from saying it on stage.
Would you say? Well, you were saying hard ER?
No. I was saying nigga.
Okay.
But I was saying it wrong. And so after the show, he pulled me aside and said, "Hey, don't say it like that." And I was like,
"How were you saying it?"
And here, hold on. Okay. I was like, "Hey, I'm black. I get to." And he said, no, it's not that you can't, it's that you're saying it wrong.
Yeah.
You're saying nigga, like 2 syllables. It's nigga is somehow 2 syllables and 1 at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's nigga.
Yeah. Yep. Yo.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. But there is certain black dudes that when they say it, I'm like, he grew up not in the inner city.
Right.
It just like him. I'm like, oh, he didn't grow up in the hood. Like I can tell. It's like I'm like, oof. But he gets to say it. You got to give him time to work on it.
Yes. But some people, it just sounds like music coming out. Other people are like, that was a bum note, but I'll go along with it.
I like to do it. It's more natural for me off of like a defensive move. Like nigga chill, like just like boom, it just kind of flows into the word, like it's a more of a responsive thing.
Yeah.
Or no, there's the other forms, like when somebody tells you something, you just like nigga. Like that's like.
As long as it inspires passion and it feels good coming out, it'll probably sound
versatile good. Word. Nigga is the vibranium of the English language.
Mm-hmm.
Very versatile, strong. That's a fucking bar right there, bro.
Yeah, I use it as a power thing. I can give you an example. So this actually happened last week, and so I was at a bar, and there was a bar fight almost broke out, and it peaked when I shouted to a white college kid, "Nah, you shut the fuck up, bitch ass nigga."
Oh yeah, you hit that good. That was great.
Yeah. So let me rewind 15 minutes earlier to explain what the fuck happened. So me and my friend, he's also a comic, we were at the bar, we're chilling, drinking whiskey sours, and it's a pool hall. Yep. So while we're drinking, there's the clacking of pool balls and, the sound of mediocre conversation. Nice little hang, but So as we're drinking, a pair of college kids, they're like 21 years old, I'd guess. Skinny white college kids. They come up to the bartender and they go, "Why are we being charged 80 when it says 40? And she said, "Well, because you showed up with 16 other people and they all left, so the bill's on you." And they were like, "Nah, fuck that." What? No. And they kept going back and forth, and it got to the point where I was like, I'm going to go to the bathroom break. So I am in the bathroom. I'm taking a nice little dump. And when
in a bar bathroom taking a dump?
Yeah.
What night of the week was this?
This was Wednesday night, I think.
Around what time?
Why does that matter? Really set the scene.
All right, sorry, go ahead.
But no, so I come out 8 minutes later. They're still going at it. Yeah. They're still, "No, no, I'm not paying this goddamn bill." And the bartender doesn't know how to respond because she is a pleasant single mom and she doesn't know how to talk back to kids who are bigger than she is. And so she's like, "Hey, calm down." And they're not calming down. And at this point, I start to realize I think they're on cocaine because they're frothing at the mouth. They're angry. You can see a forehead vein. "No, fuck that shit, bitch." And the bar owner was there. And you know what he did about it? Nothing. He just watched.
I could see him like walking back to his like small man, like the small manager room that they have in the.
Yeah.
Did he do that or?
No,
he was just watching.
Yeah, he just kept throwing them back, drinking, having a good time while the air is permeated with, "Nah, I ain't paying shit, motherfucker. Fuck that shit." And so my friend, brave, funny guy that he is, he interferes. And he goes, "Hey, guys, could you chill the fuck out, please?" And they go, "No, fuck you." And because he's a comic, he's a funny dude. So he starts fucking with them. And so they try to make fun of his shoes, but he goes, "Nah, what the fuck are you wearing? You're wearing tight ass pants. So tight. I can see the contours of your ass." And one of them said, "Do you want to step outside, bruh?" And he said, "Why? So we can fuck?" And these are college kids, so they don't know how to respond. They're like, "What? This is funny," but he said, "What? Nah, fuck you." And they keep going back and forth. And the whole time the bar owner says nothing. And so one of them, finally, I jump in and I say, "Nah, guys, this has got to stop." And they said, "Nah, you shut the fuck up." This is when I go, "Nah, you shut the fuck up, bitch ass nigga." And again, didn't know how to respond to that. He just looked at me like, "Oh, what?" Like I can't say that back at you.
He's like, "You got me here."
Yeah, like wow. Checkmate.
Dude, I'm loving this this tale of boundary setting. And a quest of it's like you're on a man quest, bro. You're on a fucking and you're doing it. I know I said we would talk about the MCU, but I think this is a good place to stop. We started
right now.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just wrap it up. So finally, my friend.
Oh, my bad. I cut your story off.
No, you're good. I just want to like wrap it up because I don't want all that to have meant nothing. So eventually, my friend kicks them out basically, and he did it in like the coolest, funniest way possible. And you know what the bar owner said? Nothing. He didn't say anything to him. And the reason why, if I had to speculate, is because my friend is a big white dude and the bar owner is a big white dude. So it's probably some kind of weird, like, oh, is he trying to fuck with my like a territorial dispute?
So you think big white dudes, they kind of fight? There's a power struggle.
Yes. But only if they're both of an equal size. Like if you have a white guy who's 6'3" and one who's like 5'9", they're probably not going to have an alpha male struggle of the same type as two guys who are of a similar.
So what about two guys
height,
5'6"?
rank? Well, it's also not just about size. It's also about other, rank, respect.
Yep. For men, it's like funniness is one.
Funniness,
yes. Toughness is one. Like, who can fucking.
Yeah. Physical size.
Getting women.
Yeah. Jobs.
Getting women. Yeah. Job. If you have a good job, that's like
pretty much everything.
You should be drawing energies from other dimensions too.
Yeah, exactly. No matter what you do, there will be another guy who's like, nah, I'm fucking better than you at this.
Yeah.
And it's up to you as a man to go, no, you're not.
Is it?
No. Or you can just be a bitch ass nigga and just be like, you're right. You are better than me. Mm-hmm.
I like to not even think about it and just kind of fucking, just do me.
Right.
You just fucking. I'm glad that I'm naturally wired like that and I don't have to learn that because I just know that if you just make people feel good and it just kind of works out.
And the reason why is because you're a big dude. Nobody's going to try to fuck with you.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Or else they'll get their ass handed to them.
Yeah, I'm big. I'm fucking ethnic. I can fight. Yeah, yeah. So it's yeah.
Whereas if you're a little guy like me who has like the body of a Malaysian preteen girl, and I'm better now. I've been working on it. But right now I have the arms of a very, very toned woman and I'm proud of them. It's improvement.
You do. Your body is one, like you look like you live closer to the equator. Like all right, Jordan, where can people find you? I want to do this again. This is fun. This is all over the fucking place.
Nice.
This is good.
Yeah, check out my Instagram. Just type in Joshua Jordan Cornish. I'll pop up.
Boom. There you have it, guys. Share my shit. Jordan will be back. If you have any questions, feel free to hit Jordan up or hit me up. Share my stuff. We out here, B. Bye.